Hey y'all, hey. So I just want to throw this quick little tidbit out there. If you find yourself talking to somebody or, y'all are going towards being in a relationship, right? And you find that he or she is trying to get you to be like their ex. You know what I'm saying? For the fellas, her ex was blah, 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 dressed a certain way, looked a certain way, had a certain hair color. You will notice that's when she'll start nitpicking at you. Oh, well, you should wear your hair like this, and you should that. She wants you to be him because she's not over him. She is trying to use you to make him jealous. Same thing for y'all, ladies. You know what I'm saying? He's on to the next chick. And I'm talking about these narcissistic, toxic people. You know what I'm saying? They, for my ladies, the narcissistic, toxic guy, he'll move on to that next girl. Next thing you know, he is talking about you so much. But to the other girl, he's trying to make her jealous, trying to use her to make you jealous. Don't give a rat's ass. Like, when a person broke up with you or you broke up with them, y'all broke up for a reason. There is no second chances. If you've already, as a man or a woman, explained to the person that you're dealing with, and you have tried to talk it out, like, hey, I don't like this. Like you've explained your deal breakers. They break your deal breaker. Cut them off. We are moving closer and closer to 2023. And it's time for people to start being held accountable and responsible for their choices. Okay? And I'm going to give y'all an example. It's amazing how, like, okay, I'm gonna use my life. So an ex of mine, we broke up last year. So he was narcissistic and a whole bunch of other shit. So it's funny because my cousin at the time wanted to try to tell me all the things that she would have did if she would have caught her nigga cheating and blah, 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 right? Well, within this same time that I'm dealing with him, you calling me up 4 or 5 times in the year, telling me that you caught your nigga cheating. But then you're telling me know my worth? Sis, do you know yours? It's easy to look from the outside in on someone else's situation, but it's hard to look at the situation when you're in it. And I say that because when I got out of that situation and I'm just happily single, doing my thing, getting back in the groove because I was 100% okay before I met the motherfucker and I'm 100% okay after the motherfucker. So what changed? But my cousin, she's going through it, through the grieving and the loss stage. Because you got to remember, when you're dealing with a narcissistic and a toxic person, they never cared. They never liked you. They just were pretending. This guy that she left after 5 years, I didn't like him. I don't like him. I told her that I don't like him, but I tolerated him for her. And it wasn't going to change my feelings towards him because why is she calling me crying to me, which pisses me off because I don't like cheaters. I don't like liars. There are a lot of type of people that I don't fucking like. And if you fall into that category, then boo-boo, I just don't like your ass. It is what it is. I'm not saying that everybody's perfect. Have I lied before? Of course. You know what I'm saying? But these days, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't about to sit up there and tell my job, I can't come into work today. I don't feel good. No, I'm an adult. I'm going to take responsibility and accountability to know that if I don't go to work, my paycheck going to be short. That's fine. I don't give a fuck. But if I don't feel like going to work, I don't feel like going to work. Call them up. Hey, can't make it. Not coming in today. Sorry. Click. I do not feel sorry. Don't feel bad. No. Nobody can make me feel bad for doing that. And all I'm doing is making a point. A lot of people make excuses, for why they do what they do. What do you need to make excuses for? You're an adult. Who's going to take off their belt and whip your ass? We are not children anymore. You should be able to tell your job, I'm not coming in today, don't feel like it. Or, that's if they ask. Other than that, you should just say you're not coming in. And that's it. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? A person that, you're dating them and then y'all are not compatible. Y'all just not compatible. Move on and go your separate ways. But why do narcissistic, toxic people play these games? Okay? You know what I'm saying? They play games because, again, I told y'all, their drug addiction is people. They love having their ego stroked. Let me tell y'all something, men. A lot of y'all's egos get stroked because, a girl said, "Ooh, you got a big old willy. Ooh, you got some big old nuts." Just stroking your ego, and she know damn well you got a little Peter Pecker, a little weed whacker. You know what I'm saying? But she wants to make you feel special. That's the key thing. They want you to feel special. There's a agenda behind that. Okay? You know what I'm saying? It's a psychological game. Don't fall for the damn trap. And I'm not saying that's, I'm a woman speaking from a woman's perspective. So that's why I tell my men, hey, flip the script. You know what I'm saying? Women, I get it. They play psychological traps with y'all too. I get it. It goes both ways. On my channel, I don't bash men. I don't bash women. I bash bad patterns, bad behaviors. You know what I'm saying? That's what I bash. Negative, low vibe energy. These hellhounds and these damn Satan soldiers, devil dogs. I could come up with a million names. Okay? It's all bad behavior. But yet, society has made it appealing. Do y'all know how many shows and movies I watch and I see the narcissism in it? Now, this is before I knew what narcissism was, but when we watch TV and stuff like that, you are programming your subconscious mind through what your eyes are seeing. This is why do you think like the Hebrews and Egyptians and ancient cultures wrote and drew pictures? Because they knew that you learned and absorbed knowledge with your eyes. So whatever your eye, these eyes can be lied to and tricked. But this eye, your spiritual eye, can never be lied to, can never be tricked. You can see things for what they are because you've broken through the illusions. These people, these toxic narcissistic people, they create smoke screens, smoke bombs, illusions. They future fake. They have very slick tongues. You know what I'm saying? They like to tickle your ears. They like to tickle your pickle. You feel me? And you got to be mindful, like, why is this person trying to be my best friend and I just met you yesterday? Why are you trying to be all up in my business and I just met you not long ago? Look, I'm going to give y'all a prime example, and this is to anybody that is out there dating or, whatever. I'm going to just tell you this. Don't give up just because there's evil people in this world. You know what I'm saying? Be alone to yourself, because I'm going to tell you one true spiritual gem. If you don't know yourself, you can't know nobody else. And what I mean by that is, if you learn your bad patterns and behaviors, because we all have them, and we learn them from our guardians, okay? Or teachers, we've learned a lot of things in childhood, because why? Kids are sponges. They're spiritual sponges. They're mental and emotional sponges. You think that because you and your girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife had a fight in front of the kids or whatever, and y'all are just silent, you think that child can't feel the tension in the room? The child doesn't have the words, but the child can feel it. Children can feel emotions. They don't have the words for them yet, but they can feel it, they can see it, they can sense it. Kids are not as dumb as you think they are. You got to remember, just because they are in a small vessel, it does not mean that the soul that embodies that vessel is a baby, a child, okay? That soul could be older than you. I would look forward to my kids being an older soul than me because shit, teach me some shit I didn't motherfucking know this time around. Because I ain't coming back. I promise y'all I ain't coming back. This some bullshit. That's all I got to say. I'm too busy trying to create my own heaven in this hell. Okay? And it's going pretty well for me. Shit, cutting people off. Stop giving people money. Stop giving people a place to live. Stop giving people clothes off of my back. I'm done. I'm done. Yeah, a person can come to me with a sob ass story. Hey, I'll point you to the nearest homeless shelter, Salvation Army. They got food banks at the churches. I will point you to any source that you need help. But I'm not giving you none of my food. I'm not giving you a ride nowhere. You better walk, figure it out, catch the bus. I don't know how you're going to do it, but you're going to find a way. Because if I didn't exist, I wouldn't be here for motherfuckers to try to ask anything of. Now, don't get it twisted. If God puts in my heart to help a person, and I say to myself, I'm not helping them, but it's on my heart and I'm being urged to, then I will. But if I'm not being urged to, I'm not. If it's purely my choice, it's can I get a hell no? Like Stone Cold Steve Austin, I'm about to rattlesnake motherfuckers like, fuck no. No, not doing it. Can you smell what the Rock is cooking? Fuck no. Like, I will go WWE, WWF, UCW, whatever. Like, nah, it ain't happening. But motherfuckers, and then pay attention to people's reactions when you tell them no. You could tell a person yes 1,000,000 times, but the one time you tell them no, watch how they react. If they get angry, red flag. They start trying to turn your no into a yes, red flag. You know what I'm saying? You got to pay attention to how people are moving and operating, because narcissistic, toxic people, they are selfish. They are purely selfish. And I told my cousin, when I was like talking about narcissism, you know what I'm saying? I told her guy was a narcissist and she could do better than him. Do y'all know what he did to her? He got her fat. I mean, she ain't fat, but I'm 5'3", maybe like 130. My cousin is maybe like 5'5", 5'6", and she's like 190. She does need to lose some weight. And it ain't baby weight. We didn't talk about it. She didn't told me, she just been eating good. And I noticed this pattern when I talk to fellow associates, family members, whoever. They always get in this honeymoon phase with the individual, and suddenly they call it happy weight. Y'all know this? Y'all know when people done picked up happy weight, right? They call it happy weight. That ain't no motherfucking happy weight. That's trauma bond weight. That's narcissistic weight. That is, toxic weight. Let's call it that, because it ain't no fucking happy when they drop your ass at a drop of a hat. My cousin's in the process of being in school full time. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't really have support for her 2 kids outside of me trying to help her, because my auntie ain't worth a damn as far as helping her with her 2 kids and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But so I'm like her support, the person for her to go to, vent to, whatever. And I ain't trying to put her business out there. I'm just using her story as an example because it happens to a lot of people. The moment, she cut back on her hours of going to work so that she can go to school, this nigga cut out on her. Left her with all the bills. Now she's having to return to work full time while going to school full time. Now having to figure out, what she's going to do about her kids because the one person that did have her back, he passed. Why do all the good people, the good-hearted, pure-hearted, great souls, loving, kind, caring people who have been so battered, abused, and used, but still smile, still remain good-hearted, pure-hearted souls? Why do they have to go? These demons need to go. They need to be the ones to die. I know in my family personally, all the good angels that already left, If I could do a summoning jutsu and bring their asses back from the dead and I sacrifice my mama and my brother off the rip. Yes, I would. I would sacrifice their ass in place for my uncle and my cousin to come back and live again. However, I don't know if y'all ever seen Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but when Buffy got done saving the world and all that bullshit, she died. And then her friend Willow, the witch, decided to bring her back to life. Buffy got fucking pissed because she finally was at peace away from this motherfucking hellhole, and then they brought her back. So you know what? Unless they wanted to come back, you know what I'm saying? Because I would hate to bring them back and then they could be pissed at me because now they back here. But I'm just saying, how many of y'all feel like that? Like you just wish that the crappy people in the world could trade places with the good people in the world. You know what I'm saying? It sucks how they die, you know? But hey, we all have soul contracts and we all ain't gonna live, you know, forever. And our souls never die. So realistically, I mean, what's there to really be sad about? The only thing is that their soul is no longer reanimating or animating that body. That's all. But real talk though, they will leave you when you need them the most. These narcissistic, toxic people will leave you when your finances dry up. When you could be a billionaire, millionaire. Matter of fact, you ain't even gotta be that rich. You could just have, you know, you could be middle class or whatever. You could just have a nice home, car. They will find a way to drag you down so low to where you lose your car, you lose your house. Now you homeless with no way to and from work. Or they will find a way for you to lose your job, set you up. You know what I'm saying? These people will go through mad extremes to try to go ahead and destroy you. I tell y'all, their objective is to kill, steal, and destroy. You know what I'm saying? So I want y'all to know that if you went through a breakup, like how my cousin is going through her breakup right now, it will pass. It will pass. And I didn't want to tell her, you know, I'm listening to her, vent to her, but I'm so happy she's out of that, y'all. I want to start throwing celebrations and parties for people who exit toxic marriages and relationships. You know what I'm saying? I want to throw celebrations for people who are quitting jobs that they hate. Why can't we normalize things like this? You know what I'm saying? People sit there and say, you quit your corporate job? You are making over 6 figures. But was the 6-figure salary worth their happiness? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Some people, but see, the reason why those people are unhappy for the individual that quit their corporate job making 6 figures is because they were benefiting. If that person is not making that type of money no more, what benefit and use do they have in that narcissistic, toxic person's life? They no longer have a use for them. So now it's like, well, let me try to talk them into staying at that job that they know that they hate. If you got to go take a lesser paying job or whatever, but you're happy, we weren't made to be here. We weren't made to be here unhappy, bitter. You know, God wants us all happy. That's why I was laughing at an individual talking about some chosen ones are supposed to be in poverty. Okay, Looney Tune, you enjoy being out there in the rain and in the cold and the snow and in the hot ass heat, begging and depending on others because the world is cruel, y'all. So with that being said, your life is in the hands of strangers. They may give you money, they may not. And they could treat you really cruel, really, you know what I'm saying? Hey, if you want to go that route, go that route. But honey, I'm going to be in some heat in the AC in my comfortable, you know, space with my car, my whatever. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, I worked for it anyway. It just amazes me how these lazy, narcissistic people, they believe that when you bust your butt and you work hard for your money and you work hard for the things that you've achieved, they really truly believe that you don't deserve it. They really believe that you don't deserve it. I find that just so interesting. But yeah, y'all, all I'm saying is, like, be mindful, because when you are at your lowest point, a narcissistic, toxic person, they will tuck tail and they're going to run. They are going to leave you in that situation by yourself. These people are unreliable. They don't have your back. When you get sick, they're not interested in getting you no medicine and tending to you until your body recuperates and heals. If you end up in the hospital, you know, there was a story where an individual was basically telling me they were in the hospital and her husband never once came to see her. That is very strange to me, because you're a husband and a wife couple. He's now taking responsibility for his wife. What could be so damn important in life? I mean, yeah, go to work, but after work, you're not going to go to the hospital, or before work, you're not going to, you know what I'm saying? You didn't make any time to go see your wife recuperating from a surgery or chemotherapy or whatever she's in a hospital for. You can't make time to go and be there with this individual that you're supposed to love and cherish. Very questionable behavior. But I just speak real truth. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people cannot handle my tongue. Your mouth gonna get you in trouble. Bring it on. I want the smoke. Because see, where there's smoke, there's fire. And where there's fire, like Shaka Zulu, shit, I eat fire. What's up? I'm not gonna be moved by somebody telling me some dumb stuff like that. Shoot, I'm so in tune with myself, and I am okay by myself. But I want y'all to know this. Narcissistic, matter of fact, this is another video. I'm gonna just make another video. Anyways, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Peace, positive energy always creates elevation. Holla at y'all later, all right? Be safe out there, y'all. I be dropping gems. I be trying to tell you.